Welcome to the Muslim Boris podcast. As always, the aim of every single episode is to change your life as soon as you finish listening to it. And I promise you, this episode is not going to be any different. So if you got value from the previous two episodes, you're going to want to stick around to this one. Make sure you listen all the way to the end because it's going to be packed. Now, this is going to be an extremely interesting one. It might be something that you never heard of. It might be something that's going to contradict your previous beliefs. But as it always happens to be, by the end of the podcast, you're going to be like, okay, Uncle Boris, he was right as always. He changed my life once again. I want you to imagine that you are in a video game. Imagine you're in GTA 5 or Assassin's Creed or whatever. In games, you always have a mission, right? You have an open world, you can do whatever you want. But when you are on a mission, you are on a mission. So, for example, you're playing Assassin's Creed, you have to chase this guy down, you have to listen to what these people are saying, and you have to kill this person, you have to assassinate him. Imagine that you have this mission, and at the same time, you have a bunch of other missions. So you're going to kill this guy, and out of nowhere, you have to steal this guy's horse, and you have to rob this bank, and you have to kill this other guy. That wouldn't make any sense, right? You'd be like, what's going on? Like, you wouldn't know what to do. You do a little bit of this task, and then on the way you'd see this guy, so you would be like, oh, I might as well help this guy a bit, and then that's too difficult. You're like, well, I've come this far, now I have to finish this. Then you get sidetracked again and again and again. By the end, you haven't accomplished anything. The simple idea in video games is that when you have a mission, you ignore everything that's not related to that specific mission. Now let's apply that to real life because this is exactly how the world works. This is a concept called essentialism, and this is completely new to me, so I'm learning at the same time as you are. I want you to figure out what your focus is in your life. Like, what is your mission? Some examples can include martial arts, gym, relationships, business, getting married, university, education. You need to figure out what's important to you right now. I'll give you an example of myself. Say, for example, for me right now, these podcasts are extremely important. And let's say, for example, my physique is important, like gym. What I'm going to do is I'm going to envision the end goal. So my end goal with the podcast is getting like 1,000 views per each podcast. That would be absolutely mind-blowing. And I hope to accomplish that in like 1, 2, or 3 years. Like, it's not anything that I have to do right now. So because I have that goal in mind, it'd be so amazing to make a podcast every day and get 1,000 views, and I get paid from the sponsorships. It'd be amazing. I'm going to focus so hard on that, and I'm going to ignore everything else that's a distraction. Okay? So this is a really, really cool concept because I don't know if anybody watching this video has ever heard of selective sight. Just as a really simple example, imagine you are outside on the road and you tell yourself to count how many red cars there are, right? Suddenly, you didn't realize there were any red cars. Previously, you would have thought, oh, there's like 1 or 2 red cars. But then you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just infinite. Because you are focusing on it. And now you just can't stop focusing on red cars because you told yourself that's important. When you tell yourself what's important in the long term, all the things that you actually value, that are going to help you towards your goals are going to start popping up. So let's not get too ahead of myself. I'll give you an example, right? Say, for example, right now, your goal is gym. When you tell yourself that, you're going to start seeing everything that's going to help you improve your physique. You'll be walking around, you're going to see a new protein bar, a new protein shake in your grocery store, for example. You're going to be like, oh, that's really cool. You'll watch a YouTube video about what kind of nutrition you have to have. You're gonna be walking around and you're gonna see like some guy at the gym doing this specific exercise, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's really cool. That's exactly what I needed. one by one, you're just gonna start adapting these small things, and before you know it, when you focus on it for 1 or 2 years, guaranteed you're gonna have like a really amazing physique, as long as you don't distract yourself. But this is what happens. For most people, they will be focused on the gym, and as they are focusing on it, they're going to see some guy who beats up this other guy in the street or something. He sees like a street fight video, some guy, boom, knockout. Now he's gonna think, oh, I should really focus on martial arts. That's cool. I want to be a martial artist. Then he goes to the martial arts gym. He does it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. He gets bashed, and he's like, oh, this is kind of boring. Meanwhile, he forgot about his gym goals. Completely forgot about it. And now he's gonna be like, oh, martial arts is stupid. What else can I do? Oh, maybe I should get into chess. That seems like a lot more of my thing, because they're trying to compensate for their loss at the martial arts gym. That's all distractions. You need to figure out what you want, right? For example, I have this bubble right here that I drew. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but let's see. For the people who are listening, don't worry about it. I'll describe everything. So right now, my focus would be podcasting and learning psychology, because I want to open up a psychology school in Uzbekistan, not in the West. So because I have such a specific goal, I'm going to be so focused on this, right? Now, there's going to be other distractions. So this is the bubble that I drew, and everything else outside the bubble are distractions. So you can see I have martial arts. So right now I'm not focused on martial arts. So I'm not paying attention to that. Family, women, and a lot of other things like movies or like shows or whatnot. So does this mean I completely ignore those other parts? Do I ignore my family? Do I ignore any martial arts progress? Do I just become a trash fighter? Absolutely not. If I am focusing on this one thing, and at that specific time I have an opportunity to hang out with my family, I'll go hang out with them. That's fine. That's cool. Maybe I'm gonna go to my friend's martial arts gym for a day, and I'm gonna train with him. I'm still gonna do my shadow boxing. I'm still gonna do sparring with my friends and whatnot, because that's fun. But this is not something that I'm prioritizing. You understand the difference? What I'm prioritizing is the podcast and psychology. So what I'll do is I will walk around during the day, and I will ideas for my podcast will out of nowhere start coming into my head. For example, even this episode that I'm doing right now, it came to my mind when I was, where was I? When I was outside like training with one of my friends. And I remembered the time when I was focusing so intensely on martial arts and how incredibly good I got. And then I was like, hey, I should make a video about that, because that's such a cool concept. You see, if I wasn't focused on podcasting and I was focused on many, many other things, that thought wouldn't have come to my mind. I would have been thinking, oh, how can I improve this move? How can I improve this move? Right? If, for example, my focus was martial arts. Same with psychology courses. Like, because I have such a long-term goal of starting psychology school, every piece of knowledge I gain on psychology will come into my head. Say, for example, I'm doing sales, and I'm like, oh, if I say this, then this activates fight or flight. I could see how angry the customer got. Like, he told me to F off. I activated fight or flight response. How did that happen? And by the time I get to my end goal, I'm going to have so many lessons in mind that I can just spit out. And people will think, oh, this guy's a genius. But no, I've just been thinking about this for years and years. And these ideas are just stored in the back of my head. It's subconscious. Do you understand how this works? And again, this does not mean you ignore all the other parts, right? Like, for example, say you are focusing on your business right now. You want to make as much money as possible. You can still hit the gym because it's fun. Like, you might go in the morning, you can do some bench press, like some weights, and just that's it. Like, you just leave it there. You'll still make some progress. You won't make a crazy amount because you're focusing on your business. But you can still do those things for fun. So you're not really compromising on anything. Now, this is not any of that Sigma male grind set type of concepts, because this will genuinely make your life 10 times better. The world we live in right now is absolutely full of distractions. everything you see on TV, everything you see on your phone is extra stimulating. So this makes your brain fried. This is why everybody's so unhappy. So everyone has ADHD. Everyone's anxious all the time, because their brain is not designed to be focusing on so many things at the same time. Your brain, it wants simplicity. For example, when I was back in Uzbekistan, I was staying there for a year, or like, no, not a year, I think it was like 6 or 7 months, quite a while ago. My brain became so like fresh. I could think about so many things. I wrote down so many goals. I came up with the idea of starting the whole social media journey. I got really good at martial arts. I just became a genius. And I realized it's because in Uzbekistan, they don't have so many distractions. Like, you turn on the TV, everything is really simple. You talk to people, everyone's really simple. Everyone's dressed in black. Everyone kind of looks like me. It's just, there's not so much variation. Women aren't dressed like hoes, so I'm not going to get distracted of, who should I marry? I should marry another woman. Or maybe I'm like, maybe I'll see some guy who's like walking in a singlet and he's jacked. I'm like, oh, I should go to gym. No, everyone's just normal. Everyone's just the same. So my brain can focus on one thing and not get distracted. The moment I land on the plane in Australia, it all goes away. Because, for example, I'll see this, like, maybe I'll see this attractive woman and I'll be like, oh, I'll start thinking about, I should marry a woman like that. Or maybe I see this guy who's like wearing like a Muay Thai shirt and I'll be like, oh, that guy does Muay Thai. I should go back to Muay Thai because I've been so bad lately. That's it. My brain is fried. So what makes me happy living in the West is the ability to cut out all the BS. When you focus your mind on a couple of things and you ignore everything else, you become so much happier. Because this is what happens in your life right now. I'm gonna guess it. You have like many goals. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be like Andrew Tate. You saw a podcast where he talked about you should learn martial arts. So now you want to learn martial arts, and you see like Hamza talk about you need to become a social media influencer. So you're like, oh, I should do that. And then maybe you are, outside with your family and you see your friend got married. So you're like, oh, I should get married. Oh, I should learn it. I should learn halal riz. It's just too many things at once. And that's what's making you depressed, because you're not achieving any of them. Because depression is just a measurement of how well you're doing in life. But if you have a billion metrics that you set for yourself, you want to be this, you're going to be depressed, because even if you are doing pretty well, you're still not excelling in any of them. It's still going to be depressing. Imagine you do like every sport in the world. You do like football, you do rugby, you do basketball, you do martial arts. If you do that for a year, you won't be good at any of them. And you're going to feel like a complete failure. You're going to look in the mirror and be like, must be the dumbest guy in the world. I've been doing these sports for a year and I'm still trash. Whereas if you ignore all sports and you purely focus on, say, basketball, you're going to be, after a year or two, you're going to be like, oh, I'm an absolute Chad. Like, I'm such a talented human being. I'm better than all these guys at basketball. You're going to be better than 99% of people. And you put in less effort than you would have if you focused on other things. So I need you to really focus on this and figure out what you want to focus on right now. For many people who are watching this video, I imagine business is going to be one of them. So maybe for you, the most important thing right now is creating passive income and becoming rich. You can do that in many ways, right? You can start like a social media business like me. You can start like a one-on-one tutoring business. You can start drop shipping. You can go and sell potatoes next to the road. You can do anything you want. Your brain right now might be focusing on all of them at the same time. Oh, I'll try social media. Oh, I'll try selling potatoes. Oh, I'll try this, I'll try that. And you don't actually excel in any of them. Whereas if you focus on, like say, for example, you want to focus on social media, and this is what I did, creating passive income from social media. And you focus on it really hard. You create a course, you start making videos on this topic, and you focus, you niche down really hard, and after a year or two, you finally start making money. That's what happened to me before my YouTube got absolutely destroyed. by the by the Matrix. So if that's your goal, then you need to find the easiest avenue for it. And this is where another concept has to come in, because most people, the problem with them is they try to eat like the whole burger at once. They try to do like everything. They try to be like Andrew Tate. They're like some random guy and they want to be Andrew Tate right away. This is a big problem because you are not as ambitious as you like to believe. In fact, you're actually a little pussy. But there's actually nothing wrong with that. Because I am pretty stupid, I'll be honest. Right? Like, I was really trash at school. I was trash at pretty much everything. But what I do in my life to make things easier for me is I only do the things that I enjoy. For example, all the athletes around me, like the martial arts guys, they all do like these runs. Like they run at the beach, they run outside, like in the park and stuff. I absolutely hate running. I hate it. I don't know why. I think it's so retarded. So what do? Most people, when they hate running, they would just be like, oh, I'll force myself to run. And they would run for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. And then they would just be like, oh, this is stupid. And they'll eventually just play video games instead. And they will just forget about it. What do? I find something that I do like. Yeah, I don't like running, but I like skipping rope. I like jump ropes. So I do jump ropes for like 20, 30 minutes a day, even up to now, since I was like fighting professionally. So if I tried to be perfect, I know for a fact I would try for a bit and then I would stop doing it. And this literally applies to everything. I, for example, could not be like a certain type of businessman. Let's say, for example, I couldn't be a drop shipper. I can't imagine. I think that would be kind of annoying, at least at this point of my life. But I do enjoy talking and I do enjoy making these videos. Now, the videos I make aren't very profitable because I make videos for, like young Muslim guys, and most of them don't want to buy anything. But that's fair enough because I actually like making videos. I actually like helping people and providing value. So I might as well do what I like and monetize that at some point to make money from it, which I did. That's what I did with my halal risk course, for example. If I tried to be perfect and I was like, no, I like making videos for young Muslim men, but I'm such a Sigma male. I'm going to go and advertise healthcare. I'm going to advertise dental agencies, and I'm going to help dentists scale to 10K a month. And then I'll start making videos on dentistry on YouTube, like dentistry on my teeth. You need to use this toothbrush. You need to use this toothpaste. And I won't make much progress. Like I'll be getting like 100 views, like 200 views on TikTok or whatnot. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna give me any followers or anything. But I'll be like, oh, this is a profitable business. I'm a Sigma male. I'm becoming a millionaire. But eventually my motivation runs out. And because I don't enjoy it, I'm not passionate about what I'm doing, I'm just gonna stop doing it. Now you contrast that with these podcasts I'm doing. These podcasts are purely just me spitting game for like 20 minutes. If I try to make them perfect, if I try to do like cuts, like I cut here, I do like a special effect here, like as I say this, I want it to be like a fireworks like opening up on my side or something. I would do that for a few days, but then I would start getting bored from it. I'd be like, man, this takes too much. Like I just don't want to do it. Because I don't really enjoy editing. But I do enjoy talking to the camera nonstop for 20 minutes, and I'm not the type of creator that needs to have a cut, like a scene cut every like 2 seconds, right? So I actually enjoy it because I'm doing this in the way that I enjoy it. I can make so many of these podcasts and not get burnt out because I'm just enjoying it. Do you understand? So even if I succeed in podcasts after like 10 years, I'll still be really happy, and I will actually stick out that long, most likely, unless something drastic happens, because I actually enjoy it. I'm not doing anything that I don't enjoy. So for example, if you go to, oh, holy moly. So if, for example, let's say you go to gym and you really, really hate, say you hate doing pull-ups, right? It's like really annoying. But it's part of your routine, like when you got like the best workout routine or whatever, and it says that you need to do pull-ups, but you hate them. There's not much sense in forcing you to do that because you will stop doing it eventually if you truly hate it. So instead, go on under those like those cables where you like bring them down and it works the same muscles. Go do that instead of the pull-ups because you'll actually be doing it more. Do you understand the difference? So, action step for this podcast: go out and make your own little bubble, like I did here. Put a bubble in right up to 3 things max of what you want to focus on. For me, it's like podcasting, psychology, and my other side businesses. Those businesses and those podcasts will see a lot of growth because I'm ignoring all those other things. The more things you choose to ignore, the more you will succeed in these specific areas. I'll give you an example. When I was pretty young, I think I would have been like 19 or like 18. After finishing school, I really wanted to buy an apartment in Uzbekistan. I've told the story a couple of times, and I just focused really hard on making money. Like I was doing a bit of martial arts, I was doing this and that, but mainly I just really, really wanted to make money so I can buy this 50K apartment or whatever. So I was like, I need 50K, I need 50K, I need 50K. I'm doing like construction work. I'm borrowing money from my friends and doing these investments and all these strange things. Eventually, when I was like midway through, I don't know how old I was. At the start of 19 years old I eventually ended up getting an apartment by collaborating with my brother and my cousins and my dad and everything. You can do pretty amazing things. Think about it. A 19-year-old kid can get an apartment if I focus on getting an apartment. Because at first I was like, I'm going to get one in Australia, I'm going to get one in England because I thought that was more profitable. But then I was like, okay, that's a bit far-fetched. What can I actually do? And then I suddenly see this opportunity in Uzbekistan. Apartments are really cheap. I can invest now. And if I do this job for this long, I can get this at this point. Do you understand? Like it all just links up. And eventually you just achieve that goal and you got to be so happy. And it makes it 10 times better if you do the things that you enjoy in getting to that goal. I hope this podcast changed your life, same as all the other episodes. If it did, leave me a comment. If it didn't, leave me a comment anyway and let me know what I can improve or what I did right. Inshallah, everyone who's watching this podcast will become rich, jacked, and famous one day.